Hello ladies, it's Stella here again, and this will be the last video when I talk about the Treasure Island challenge, but I stopped after 31 minutes the other day because I thought that really was long enough for you to concentrate on what I'd been doing. But I wasn't quite finished, so I thought I'd finish tonight, and I wanted to thank you for journeying along with me in the Treasure Island challenge. It was great fun, and I loved hearing all your little comments and questions. It got a bit complicated at times, didn't it? Because I started off with just the messages in the group, and then I decided to do a video because it was easier to show it than explain it. And I was disappointed at the end that I couldn't show you how to make the cover, but it really wouldn't have been fair to Mrs. Cog because she runs her course, which is excellent, and I highly recommend that. I did her course. It wasn't that cheap, but she has offered to do a really good 50% off coupon if you want to do it, and I highly recommend that you do that course. She will show you how to make the cover like I made for my Treasure Island journal. I did make a little video some time ago when I made a little book and I sewed in the signatures. This is it. I've covered it now, which I hadn't before. So if you look back on my videos, you'll see how I did that with the little signatures. I've written in it now, so I can't show you. I can't show you everything, but you can see how I did it. I sewed the signatures onto the Tyvek, and then I stuck the Tyvek down onto the cardboard, like so. That's only a cereal box cardboard, it's not that strong, but it's quite adequate for what I wanted it for. And then I just covered it with some pretty paper. It's really very simple. So if your journal isn't going to be too heavy and thick like my other one was, the main one, then this will really do quite adequately. And you can still make a hole here and put your dangles in. You can still decorate the cover. And you could even cover it with fabric if you wanted to do like a lacy journal in the way that Tracy Werner does. If you look at her videos, she's got a very good tutorial on how to do a lacy fabric cover. I recommend you have a look at that as well. But this one works for me, and I am using it. Someone in the group said, what did you write in your journals? Well, for me, I'm writing what I put in the Etsy store, and of course that's the subject for annoyance at the moment because they're changing their rules a little bit. But we're working around that one, and hopefully it will sort itself out by the end of July. So now I'd like to see your journals. I'd like you to put your pictures in the discussion feed, please, and show them off. And don't be shy. It doesn't matter if they're not the same as mine was. You know, I mean, I want you to use your own ideas. No, it's no good having 10 journals all exactly the same. But everybody approaches these things in a different way. You have your own style, and that will come out. And I want to see it. So please do post your pictures. I hope I haven't lost anybody along the way. And I know one person dropped out, and life gets in the way. I understand that, and maybe it went on too long. But I deliberately did it at a slow pace because I wanted you all to catch up. I thought that maybe at the beginning people wouldn't all jump in, and they didn't. I thought as we went along more people would pick it up, and I didn't want them to struggle and rush to catch up. It's supposed to be enjoyable, is this? And it was for me. I hope it was for you. After the holiday, Judith is going to do a Halloween journal, Not sure how she's going to do it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing what she does. And I know it will be a popular topic, and I hope as many of you as possible join in with that. So I've thanked you for joining in. I've shown you the finished journal. I've told you a bit about the cover. If you want the coupon, please message me and I'll give you the coupon. I can't give it out on here. It's only for members of the group. So if anybody's watching who's not in our group, you will need to join the group to get the coupon. But also you will have to be fair about having a pen pal. It is a pen pal group primarily. Junk Journal Pen Pals group on Facebook. So maybe we'll see you there. And then when it was all over, lo and behold, I went to a charity shop near me. And what should I see in there but this? You're probably wondering what that is. Well, it's a game. I had to buy it, of course, because look, inside this box, which looks like a book, and would definitely look like a book on my shelf, it is this new game with the rules and everything. And I thought I must show it to you just before I sign off completely. Now, why couldn't I find this at the beginning? Wouldn't that have been nice? Let me sit down. I hope I keep it in view for you. Perhaps I can bring it down a little bit, because it's hard for me to see and you to see at the same time. There's a big shadow on it now. How about that? So when we were struggling to draw our maps right at the beginning, I could have done with this. Look at that. It's a map. It's a game board kind of thing. That really would have been nice, wouldn't it? It's sort of rubbery. I don't know if it'd work as a mouse mat. It looks as if it might. But isn't that nice? So, had to buy it. And it really was very cheap. So, when I sell the journal, depending on who buys it and where they are, I might well include this game with it. But I'll decide that another time. Here are the counters. Aren't they lovely? And they're wood. Oops, get it in focus. They're wooden. I don't know what these are yet. Haven't read the rules. There's a little bag to put them in. All brand new. And these cards, which I presume are for the game, but I haven't read it yet, so isn't that super? So there we are. Now I could have worked that into my journal, couldn't I, if I'd found it a bit sooner. I don't think I'd have wanted to spoil what's in this box, but I could have used the story. So each player selects a Brethren of the Coast card and places it in front of them. Place the pawns that match the selected Brethren of the Coast cards onto the pouch and place any unused pawns back in the box, and so on and so on. There's the game set up there, and it looks fun. So whether I keep it or whether I include it with the journal, we'll see. But I've never seen anything like it before or since. I did years ago have a game called Buccaneer, which was a Waddington's game like Monopoly and Careers and Totopoly and all those others, that Cluedo, that we love so much. And I had Buccaneer, and that was very similar to this, I think, although maybe a bit more complicated. Anyway, I'll say bye-bye for now. Can't get it back in the box, of course. And till the next time we meet, bye-bye.